All right, let's talk about why I wrote Satire is Dead in my stream title. It has to do with this TikToker. So you might remember her because a couple weeks ago, a TikTok went viral where she you know what, actually let me play that one first. This one.
The driver kept coming out of the car because he did not understand that I only leave my apartment the aesthetic way and don't walk out if there are other people next to me, so I had to wait until it was clear.
The Uber driver? Oh.
Yeah, this is her. Anyway, okay, so here it is.
The egg was not on the salmon.
So can I please get a new one? I don't want to eat this.
Can you leave already? Why are you even here?
You're joking, right? I can't make this up. Why is the egg not on the salmon? You guys can see clearly that I'm not making this up. Like, I can't make this up. Do you guys see this egg that's not on here?
We can't, sorry. We're too busy to entertain this. I'm sorry. We would have to ask you to wait.
Okay, so I ordered a salmon benedict, which the egg clearly is supposed to be on, and then why is the sauce even on the side? Like, it's supposed to be on top. Can I just speak to the manager? Like, I'm so done.
I am the manager.
I really don't know who hired you to be a manager, but I can clearly see that you are not, you know, the right person for this job. I'm gonna try to put this on. If it like opens on the way, I'm literally gonna have to ask you to bring me another one. Oh my god. Okay, it's breaking. Can I get a new one?
Sorry, we are.
Can I please get a new one with like a new plate? It's to be aesthetic for my story. Because I'm honestly not eating this until you bring me a new one.
Sorry.
I'm leaving. I'm actually leaving. I'm so sorry. Like, I'll just leave. You can just serve this to the next person because I didn't eat it yet. But I really appreciate it.
All right, so yes, I know this is a bit. Okay, I understand that this video is a bit. The reason that I wrote Satire is Dead is because she's not funny
Hogan
enough
Long
to do
gifted
this.
a tier 1 sub to Egg Consumer.
I'm
given
gonna keep
60
it a
gift subs in the
buck.
channel.
Hogan, thank you for the gifted. I'm gonna keep it a buck. She is not funny enough. She doesn't have, as somebody described in a tweet, that it factor to pull off satire like this. And what happens often with satire that fails, the reason it fails is because rather than making fun of and you know, effectively criticizing a person or a group of people or a thing that you are trying to satirize, you end up becoming the thing itself, right? Her whole thing, this girl who is now a TikToker that goes viral every few weeks, is she thinks that she's doing satire, but what it actually ends up being is rage bait. And so a lot of people were in the comments being like, this is just not funny. This is not good satire. Other people who were like, is this fucking real? Fuck this bitch. I know people like this. But then yet others who were saying that she was successful in the fact that she was going viral every time she was making these videos and that she was getting people mad. And I'm like, here's the thing. Rage bait is not satire, okay? Just because she's pissing people off from this video does not mean that she is actually successful at satirizing the people that she is attempting to satirize. This is something that I see all the time, right? And we see this commonly with right-wing comedy, right? The reason that we say right-wing comedy is not funny is because they are really bad at satire. Not all satire is done with the intention of being funny, right? It's not parody. But satire that is like this needs to be funny. There needs to be an element of this being funny, of us understanding the bit here, of her pulling this off, in order for this to work. And the same with right-wing comedians, right? They are so bad at satire. They are so bad at making fun of people on the left because they're just not funny, because they're just not good at it. Was she actually telling this to service workers? I assume she was saying it to her friends. They pretended. So the guy at the end here, I'm not sure if he's the manager or not, but I do know that the person who's speaking in the background is her friend who she has do all these videos with her. But again, people didn't know any of this because she didn't successfully pull this off as satire. Okay, so this one is... I paid for everyone's meal at the restaurant for
Paid
Easter
for
Sunday.
everyone's meal at the restaurant for Easter Sunday.
Everything. It was really good, thank you. Is it possible that I pay for everyone at the restaurant?
Oh, wow, absolutely, yes.
Okay.
This is really nice, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. But I also wanted to be anonymous though, so like just don't tell anyone.
Wait, why not? Like, they're gonna be happy to know that.
Yeah, but I just don't want it to be known. But yeah, let's just do that. Okay.
Okay, I will be back with the check.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you are set. Are you sure you don't want to tell anyone about it?
Yeah, I'm sure. Thank you so much though.
Thank you so much. How was the food, by the way?
It was really good actually. Thank you so much.
So much for what you did.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. I hope you guys have a great day.
Thank you so much and see you soon.
Then went to get flowers for my friends and family.
Okay. Again, she is trying to play a character, right? She is trying to do satire here, and she's just not good at it. She doesn't have that it factor, like that tweet said, right? She's not she's not exciting, she's not entertaining, she's not compelling, she's not she just it seems too real in the sense that she's so dull, right? Like if I were to try to satirize a person who does a good deed with the intention of, oh, I'm just doing the good deed out of the kindness of my heart, but then very clearly goes on the internet to brag about said good deed that they did, right? Like this is a thing, okay? Somebody who thinks that they're being altruistic and does a good deed and then posts it on the internet for likes and validation, which kind of like inherently makes the good deed not altruistic. That is a character that you can satirize, right? She just is not good at doing it. And if I were to do something like that, here's a bad pitch, but one, I would play somebody very over the top, okay? I would be like, "Hi. Oh my God, I don't want anybody to hear." And obviously I'm speaking very loudly, right? But I am going to cover everyone's meal in the restaurant, okay? But please don't let anybody know. I don't want them to know, okay? I want this to just be something that I do anonymously, okay? Oh, hi, yeah, this is Caroline Kwan. Yeah, it's Kwan. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Anyway, so I just want it to be anonymous. I don't want anybody to know that I am the one who paid for all their meals. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a bad pitch, but there's just an easier way. There's just a better way to do this. Or then you do something where like I trip and fall and I accidentally take a picture of me having left a $500 tip for this waitress. And then it somehow gets posted to Twitter. I'm like, oh my God, who posted that? Right? Like, who posted the receipt where I tipped $500 to this waitress, you guys? I didn't want anybody to know. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Wow, this already has 5,000 likes. Anyway, like it's really not that hard to do. And so her leaning into this concept now on her TikToks, because this TikTok where she made this Uber driver wait, she made this TikTok, it went viral. People got so fucking angry, right? She became the main character of the day and then realized that this got her 1.7 million likes. So then she went, oh, you know what? I'm going to make this my thing. I'm going to be the queen of satire, and I'm going to satirize influencers in Los Angeles, right? That's why she did the restaurant thing. That's why she's got this video. But what she's doing is creating rage bait. And rage bait is not the same thing as good satire. I just today saw a video of a woman who was trying to do a dance routine in a public area and was getting legitimately mad and posted a TikTok about how people kept walking in front of her video. Like, this was real, okay? This was not like this TikToker who was attempting to do satire. This was somebody who genuinely is so up their own ass that the one in Prague, that they were in a public space, okay, getting annoyed that people were walking in front of their videos. And you see people, this happens all the time. This is a common thing that we see. There was another video where this girl was trying to do a workout video and this old man was sitting on a bench and she asked him to move because she was making a video. And he said no. And it was basically, she posted the video to be like, can you believe this fucking guy? It's main character syndrome. Yeah. So if you're going to satirize them, if you're going to make fun and criticize this type of person, this main character syndrome, person who suffers from main character syndrome, you have to be very good at doing it, or else all you are doing is creating rage bait and you look like somebody who you look like the thing that you're trying to make fun of. This might be a hot take, but I feel like because it's not actual service workers and just her friends, it's not that bad. It's cringe, but nothing to be upset over. So the reason that I'm criticizing this, I'm not saying I can't believe she treated service workers that way. I understand that this was her friend, right? What I'm trying to explain, though, is how so often what I'm seeing, not just on TikTok, not just people making their little videos, but in comedy, in movies, in television show, is this total failure of actually being good at satire. And I think it is something, I think that it is something that is affecting society, okay? This is why we're talking about it, all right? And we're starting off with this influencer because this was the video that I saw today, and it prompted me to think about how often people are really bad at satire. And so inadvertently, they just end up becoming the very thing that they are trying to satirize. Dancer posts that she's frustrated people ruined. Yeah. Okay, so here is... Point of view, you want to dance on Charles Bridge in Prague, but there's too many crossing camera walkers. Okay, so for instance, if I were to make a video that is criticizing, that is critiquing this type of person, all right, I would make a video where I'm doing something ridiculous out in public, okay? People are walking by, and I say to them, excuse me, can't you see that I'm working here, and can't you see that I'm making a TikTok here? Okay? And they'd be like, all right, not respond. I'd be like, what, are you going to work or something? Where are you going? Where are you, like, what is your dad in the hospital? And they'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, okay, well, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how you have to play this character that you play has to be a character. It has to be clear that it's a character, and there has to be comedy, right? Like the whole, was your dad in an awful car accident? Okay, and they had to amputate both of his legs and he might not make it. And so what? He's in the hospital and you have to go see him? They'd be like, actually, yeah. Yeah, that's where I'm going right now. Yeah, or you're like, what is this? Outside space? What is this, a public bridge or something? Okay, and the other reason I want to talk about this is because of what I said, where people were treating this video like it was successful satire because it was, in fact, rage bait, right? And people were talking about it, people were clicking on it. And again, I just have to be so clear. And maybe this is just me being extremely particular, right? But that is not satire. That is not satire just because you are pissing people off and getting them to watch your video. Yes, I'm gatekeeping satire, okay? We were joking about a couple days ago that Hank Pecker, whatever my version of what my right-wing MAGA name is, which I don't know if we've come up with that yet, how we have fooled people into believing that we are actually these gigantic Donald Trump stans. But it's because, first and foremost, it's really easy. It's really easy to parody and satirize the right to MAGA, et cetera, et cetera. Conservatives are not intentionally funny. When they are funny, it is unintentional. It is never, ever, ever intentional. When they try to be intentionally funny is when it induces toxic, dangerous levels of cringe. I think two reasons why conservatives are not good at comedy is one, they don't understand satire, right? They just inherently do not understand what goes into making satire, right? And two, they are just not funny. They are just not good at comedy. Because again, if you lose the plot with satire, you become the very thing that you are trying to make fun of. And I think this is what happens with TV shows and movies that are leaning so hard into the satire, but they do it incorrectly. And so they actually just become the thing that they are trying to satirize. Is it possible that conservatives are just never funny because comedy is about mocking the status quo and conservatives want to defend it? I mean, I think comedy, especially when comedy is political, it is about making fun of how ridiculous something is. So, comedians who have done really, really good bits on our obsession with guns, right? The lack of gun control in this country. What's his name who has a really, really iconic Jim Jeffries. Yes. Jim Jeffries has an amazing bit on America's obsession with guns and why it's so hard to have gun control in this country because of our obsession with guns. Conservatives, like, there are things that they could make fun of, but they're just not good at doing it. Like, I am not at all saying that there is nothing to be made fun of anywhere from center to the left. You know what I mean? I really do believe that you can make a joke out of anything if you are actually smart and funny. It's because they aren't good at it. Yes, they're just not good at it. And they just do the same fucking pronoun joke every time. Satire is meant to ridicule power. If you are laughing at people who are hurting, it's not satire, it's bullying. Yeah, and inherently, conservative comedians, just by the very fact that they are conservative, means that they support systems, they support the people in power who seek to oppress. Yeah, they're once again, they're just not capable of actual satire, actual parody that is funny and smart and thought-provoking, et cetera, et cetera. Yes, satire punches up. Exactly.